Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you an excellent matchup as the Shawnee Mission West Vikings, coached by Logan Swafford, are taking on the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies, coached by Rob Meacham. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from Shawnee Mission West.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm a senior.
I'm Dane. I'm a senior.
I'm Evan. I'm a senior.
I'm Evan. I'm a senior.
And my name is Ben, and I'm a sophomore.
And our contestants from Northwest.
I'm Eva. I'm a senior.
I'm Shore. I'm a junior.
I'm Aviva. I'm a junior.
I'm Matt. I'm a senior.
I'm Cass, and I'm a sophomore.
All right, fantastic. Here on Categories, in the first round, we will take turns answering questions. If the team answers correctly, they earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. We did a coin toss before we started recording. It was won by Blue Valley Northwest, so Huskies. Here is the first category. It is U.S. geography, specifically state symbols. Name the state that has the following state tree, the Buckeye. Aviva?
Ohio.
It is Ohio. Over to you, Vikings. Science is the category. Name the gas that's commonly used to put out small fires. Dane?
CO2.
CO2, very good. Back over to you, Huskies. Sports is the category. Which of these classes of freestyle wrestling involves the heaviest participant? Multiple choice. Looking for the heaviest one. Bantamweight, welterweight, lightweight, or flyweight? Cass?
Welterweight.
It is welterweight. Back over to you, West. Poetry is the category. Finish this short poem by Dorothy Parker. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But ah, my foes, and oh, my friends, it gives a blank. Sean?
Lasting light.
Cannot accept that. Huskies, chance to steal this poetry category. Finish this short poem by Dorothy Parker. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But ah, my foes, and oh, my friends, it gives a blank. Sure?
Burning light.
Close. Lovely light. Lovely light. We are staying with you, Huskies. Vocabulary is the category. A young cat is a kitten, of course. But what do we name, or excuse me, by what name do we refer to a young turkey? Sure?
A fowl.
It is not a fowl. Vikings, chance to steal this vocabulary category. A young cat is a kitten, of course. But by what name do we refer to a young turkey? Ben?
A turkitten.
Isn't that a turkitten? It's a poult, P-O-U-L-T. Vikings, we are staying with you. General knowledge is the category. Quarter less three, half twain, quarter twain, mark twain. If you heard these terms, where would have you been? Back over to you, Huskies. General knowledge is the category. Quarter less three, half twain, quarter twain, and mark twain. If you heard these terms, where would have you been? Eva?
On a boat.
On a boat, yes. Specifically Mississippi River, but we will take on a boat. Huskies, staying with you. Music, instruments. This musical instrument has metal strings, which are played by striking it with two small hammers. Or in southern Appalachia, it is a violin-shaped string instrument played by plucking it with a goose quill or wood plectrum. Identify it. Time. West, you have a chance to steal this music instruments category. This musical instrument has metal strings which are played by striking it with two small hammers, or in southern Appalachia, it is a violin-shaped string instrument played by plucking it with a goose quill or wooden plectrum. Identify it. Sean?
Harpsichord.
It's not a harpsichord, it's a dulcimer. A dulcimer. Wes, we are staying with you. Mathematics is the category. Solve. Log base x of 343 equals 3. Looking for x. Ben.
5.
I'm sorry, 5 is incorrect. Huskies, chance to steal this mathematics category. Solve. Log base x of 343 equals 3. Sure?
7.
7, yes. Huskies, we are staying with you for the next category. It is economics. What do you call a company that is required by contract to hire only union workers? Time. West, chance to steal this economics category. What do you call a company that is required by contract to hire only union workers? Dane?
A co-op?
It's not a co-op, it's called a closed shop. Closed shop. Vikings, we are staying with you for the next category. It is sports history, specifically baseball. What team lost a record 117th game of the season on September 15th, 1962? Time. Huskies, chance to steal this sports history, specifically to baseball. What team lost a record 117th game of the season on September 15th, 1962? It's the New York Mets. They were notoriously bad at that time. All right, Huskies, staying with you, literature is the category. This contemporary American poet is probably best known for his 1969 novel about a river expedition in the backwoods of Georgia. Name this novel by James Dickey. Vikings going to have a chance to steal this literature category. This contemporary American poet is probably best known for his 1969 novel about a river expedition in the backwoods of Georgia. Name the novel by James Dickey. Deliverance. Deliverance, also made into a movie, I believe. Vikings, we are staying with you. Government is the category. What is the general name for that kind of state in which the government assumes responsibility for education, healthcare, employment, and Social Security? Dane?
A welfare state?
It's called a welfare state. Very good. Coming back to you, Huskies. Mathematics, again, is the category. All told, there are 7 symbols for Roman numerals. Give all 7. Sure.
V, I, X, C, D, M, V, or C, D, M.
Yeah, you're right. You got it.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
there. Very good. You started going so quickly, I was trying to catch them all up. Nice job. Vikings, coming back to you. Music is your category. British composer Sir Edward Elgar composed a set of 5 marches called Pomp and Blank. Evan?
Circumstance.
Circumstance, very good. Coming back to you, Northwest. Current events is the category. At least 5 people died in a volcanic eruption on an island in what country? Sure.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Back to you, Vikings. Vocabulary. What term relating to a certain type of bird common in many major cities of the world, refers to a setting aside of bills by Congress? Sean?
Pigeonholing?
Pigeonholed. Nice job. Back to you, Huskies. World history. Except for Peter II, all Russian czars from Peter the Great to Alexander II are buried in what city? Sure?
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. Nice job. Back over to you, Vikings. U.S. geography. Arrange the following cities in order from west to east, going from west to east. The Windy City, the Twin Cities, and the Big Apple.
Twin City, Windy City, and Big Apple.
There you go. Got it. All right, Huskies, back over to you. General knowledge. What is the simplest way to help a person who is hyperventilating? Sure?
Give them a brown paper bag.
That's exactly right. Vikings. Current events is your category. The Trump administration instituted a new rule that may cause 700,000 Americans to lose food stamps. This is according to which department that administers that program? Dane?
Agriculture.
Agriculture. Nice job. Back over to you, Northwest. Science, specifically biology. What is the correct name for that which is shed by arthropods during molting? Sure?
Exoskeleton.
Exoskeleton. Back to you, West. European history. What prophet was thought to have predicted the Great Fire of London and the death of Francis King Henry II? Dane?
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus. Back over to you, Huskies. U.S. history. Project Mercury was announced to the American public on December 17th, 1958, which was the 55th anniversary of what other aeronautical achievement? Sure?
The Wright brothers flying.
Wright brothers flying. Nice job. Back to you, West. General knowledge. What pasta gets its name from the Italian for little worms? Evan?
Cavatappi.
I cannot accept that. Northwest, chance to steal this general knowledge category. What pasta gets its name? Sure?
Minestrone.
That minestrone, vermicelli. Vermicelli. Northwest, we are staying with you. Science is the category. Are vegetable oils a good source of vitamin E, C, K, or B6? Sure?
B6.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Vikings, chance to steal this science category. Are vegetable oils a good source of vitamin E, C, K, or B6? Ben?
K.
E. E. We are staying with you, Vikings. Shakespeare is the category. From Shakespeare's The Tempest, identify the year of the shipwreck. Dane?
1427.
Cannot accept that. Huskies, chance to steal this Shakespeare category. From Shakespeare's The Tempest, identify the year of the shipwreck. Aviva?
1480.
Nope, 1609. 1609. Those are good guesses, though. A lot closer than I would have come up with. All right, Huskies, we're staying with you. Geography is the category. What nation is often called the Switzerland of Central America? Time. Vikings, chance to steal this geography category. What nation is often called the Switzerland of Central America? Dane.
Uruguay.
It's Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Guess for neutrality, I have no idea why. All right, Vikings, we are staying with you. Actually, we will hold that question off for the second round. All right, so at this time, we are at the end of our first round. We have a score of Shawnee Mission West 7 to Blue Valley Northwest 10. At this part of our program, we are going to go to a member of each team as they will give us a campus update of what is happening in and around their school. And Sean, you were giving us the update for the Vikings. So what's happening over on Antioch?
Well, our winter sports started out well with both of our basketball teams scoring 1-0. And our DECA team recently returned from a trip to New York City. So that was good. And finally, our yearbook from last year, the 2019 yearbook, was awarded all honors from the Kansas Press Association. And that's about it.
Is there a banquet for that, or is it you just find out?
I just heard the information. I don't,
Oh, okay.
I don't really know how.
You're just reporting the information.
I'm just reporting it.
Okay. All right, and Shore, you're giving us the update for Northwest. So what's happening with the Huskies?
Well, a lot of exciting things, John. First, our varsity cheerleading team was able to win the Acacia 6A cheerleading title this year, which was held in Topeka, and our squad's doing a great job this year. Also going on right now is the Miriam Art Show, which features 15 Husky artists, including our very own Eva Welsh. This competition is very selective, and out of over 1,000 works, only 152 were selected.
All right, so great stuff happening with both schools. All right, we're getting ready for our second round, which is our lightning round, in which questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. As tradition here on Categories, we are starting with our look and listen question, which we'll be displaying on a monitor here in our studio as well as on the screen for those playing at home. The look and listen question is worth 2 points, and it will go to the first person who rings in and gets the question correct. All right, here we go. It is local history is the category. And the question is, name the part of this facility conspicuously absent from this footage. Ben.
The West Wing.
Cannot accept that. Husky's chance to steal. Viva?
The modern art section.
Cannot accept that either. We're looking specifically for the block building, which is the photography and modern art, but we needed the block building on that one. So no points awarded. So here we go, both teams. Next category is languages. Tell me the names of the Greek letters represented by the capital English letters E, K, and M. Sure.
Sigma, Kappa, Mu.
Cannot accept that, sorry. Vikings, chance to steal this language category. Tell me the names of the Greek letters represented by the capital English letters E, K, and R. Or excuse me, E, K, and M. Evan.
Sigma, Kappa, and Omega.
No, we're looking, Kappa and Mu were correct. Epsilon is the capital E. Epsilon. Sigma's incredibly close though. Fine art, starting off with a quote. Her popularity is just based on what has happened over the years. It's really a boring painting. She's just sitting there. Dane?
Mona Lisa.
It is the Mona Lisa. U.S. history for both teams. Following the success of Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin, which 1850 legislation directed against runaway slaves seeking sanctuary? Sure?
Fugitive Slave Act.
Fugitive Slave Act, very good. Science, animals. What animal can breathe at a higher altitude than any other? Is it the llama, the Angora goat, or the yak?
Llama.
It is not the llama. Huskies, chance to steal this science and animals category. Sure?
The yak.
It is the yak. Fine arts, opera for both teams. What opera star's name translate into English as Calm Sunday? It's Placido Domingo. Placido Domingo. World geography for both teams. By 1914, on the entire continent of Africa, only 2 countries remained independent. One was on the west coast and one was on the east coast, or on the east side of Africa. Name either one of them. Evan?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. The other one being Liberia. Language for both teams. Match the following words with their connotations. Here we go. There's going to be 3 of them, so get ready. Bundle of arrows, cornucopia, yoke. Match it with bondage, abundance, unity. Ben?
For bundle of arrows, unity. For cornucopia, abundance. And the last one was bondage.
Bondage. Yoke and bondage. Very good. All right. Now we're at the time in our second round, which is the themed teamed huddle, in which 2 questions are posed to the teams. They may discuss and come up with their answers. The person that needs to ring in is the team captain. 2 points will be awarded if they get both questions correct. If one question is missed, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. Here we go. The category is poetry. Question 1. This poet worked as a newspaper reporter covering the same town as his 1912 poem, Chicago. Question 2. What's the term for a 5-line rhyming poem that is often humorous? Time. Carl Sandburg was the poet, and the type of poem, a limerick. A limerick. All right, world history for both teams. For years, immigration to Australia was forced or had to be subsidized. But in 1851, something changed that. The discovery of what? Dane?
Oil.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Huskies, chance to steal the category of world history. For years, immigration to Australia was forced or had to be subsidized. But in 1851, something changed that. The discovery of what? Sure?
Opal.
We're looking for gold. Looking for gold. All right, both teams. Science is the category. This disease was common on long sea voyages, and as many... Cass?
Scurvy.
It is scurvy. Fine arts, sculpture for both teams. In November 2013, in a November 2013 sale at Christie's, New York, this artist sold Balloon Dog, a mirror-polished stainless steel sculpture, for $58.4 million, breaking the world record for the highest price ever paid for an artwork by a living artist. Was it Jeff Koons, Gerhard Richter, Jasper Johns, or Christopher Wool? Aviva? Jeff Koons, very good. Literature. In the story, Rip Van Winkle, why does Rip leave his home to wander off into the Catskills? Cass?
Because there are like trolls carrying liquor and they need help carrying it.
Sorry, I cannot
No.
accept that. It's a good reason, though. Vikings, you do get a chance to steal this literature category. In the story Rip Van Winkle, why does Rip leave his home to wander off in the Catskills? Sean?
He's sad.
Cannot accept that. It says here the answer is his wife's a shrew. His wife's a shrew, which could make him sad. All right, here we go. Both teams, U.S. history. It was said of these special police officers that they could, quote, ride like a Mexican, trail like an Indian, shoot like a Tennessean, and fight like the very devil. Who were these mounted riflemen first organized by Stephen F. Austin? Evan?
Texas Rangers.
They are Texas Rangers. General knowledge for both teams. Name the religiously affiliated university founded in 1963 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dane?
University of Tulsa.
It is not University of Tulsa. Huskies, chance to steal this general knowledge question. Name the religiously affiliated university founded in 1963 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oral Roberts University. But we're also double checking on 1963. Yeah. All right, we're just over 4 minutes left. We have a score of Shawnee Mission West 11, Blue Valley Northwest 15. Both teams, geography, terminology is the category. The side of a mountain that faces towards the wind is called the windward side. What do we call the side of the mountain that faces away from the wind? Ben?
Leeward?
The leeward side. Both teams, fine arts, musical theater. The subject of baseball is combined with the legend of Faust. Name the musical.
Yankees.
It is damn Yankees. Make sure I call on
I'm
you, okay?
sorry.
That's all right. Just make sure. I don't want you giving away answers if you're not the one that rings in. All right, both teams. Here we go. Government is the category. Sir Edward, an English jurist, wrote, quote, the house of everyone is to him and his castle a fortress, as well as his defense against injury and violence and for his repose. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution enunciates this principle that forbids unlawful search and seizure? Aviva?
The Third Amendment?
It is not the third. Vikings, chance to steal this government category. Sir Edward, an English jurist, wrote, the house of everyone is to him and his castle a fortress, and well as his defense against injury and violence and for his repose. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution enunciates this principle that forbids unlawful search and seizure? Evan?
Fourth.
It is the fourth. Politics for both teams. Under the leadership of William Pitt, this English political party sympathized with the American colonies during the Revolutionary War. Cass?
The Whigs.
It is the Whigs. Yes. Science for both teams. What's the main natural force that has kept the western prairies treeless? Ben?
Rainfall?
I cannot accept that. Huskies, chance to steal this science category. What's the main? Cass?
Wildfire.
Not wildfire, it's wind. wind. American history for both teams. On December 26th, 1620, the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth, Massachusetts. What agreement was signed by 41 of the passengers? Sure.
Mayflower Compact.
It is the Mayflower Compact. U.S. geography resources. Name either of Utah's 2 leading mineral products. Sure.
Salt.
Cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this U.S. geography resources category. Name either of Utah's 2 leading mineral products. Dane?
Diamonds.
Not diamonds. Coal or petroleum, believe it or not. Vocabulary, spelling. Defined as to confuse or disturb, frustrate, upset, or embarrass. Spell disconcert. Sure?
Disconcert.
That is correct. Fine arts, music for both teams. Louis Armstrong played trumpet and sang for most of his life, but it wasn't until his 64th year that he finally had a million seller on the charts. What was the song? Eva?
What a Wonderful World.
Cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this fine arts and musical category. Louis Armstrong played the trumpet and sang most of his life, but it wasn't until his 64th year that he finally had a million seller on the charts. What was the song? It was Hello Dolly. Hello Dolly. Finance for both teams. The monthly bill from a credit card issuer that summarizes the activity in the account, including outstanding balance, purchases, payments, credits, and finance charges, is called a what? Evan?
Statement.
It's called a statement. World history. In 1957, this became the first black African colony to gain its freedom from a European dominion or denomination. The former British colony, located on the west coast, changed its name to that of a great African empire that flourished between the 4th and 11th centuries. Dane? It is not Rhodesia. Huskies, you do have a chance to steal this, and that at the buzzer. In 1957, this became the first black African colony to gain its freedom from European domination. The former British colony, located on the western coast, changed its name to that of a great empire, African empire that flourished between the 4th and 11th century. Name that country. Sure?
Ghana.
It is Ghana, formerly the Gold Coast. All right, that siren did, or that tone did denote the end of our game, and we have a final score of Shawnee Mission West 15, Blue Valley Northwest 19. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.